it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I got this makeup look. Now this is the look that I usually will wear if I know that we're going to be shooting blog pictures, but I actually do a variation of this on an everyday basis. I just don't always wear the fake lashes. So if you want to see how I got this look start to finish, bare face, nitty gritty details, all of it, then definitely keep watching. All right guys, we have my hair pulled back, we are barefaced in my cozy clothes and ready to go. There was a time where I would have been so nervous about coming on camera barefaced, but I'm just past that point. I don't care anymore. I'm not perfect, I'm sure you're not perfect, so this is what we got to work with. So I'm gonna start by priming my face, and this is my favorite primer, and you're gonna hate me because it's so expensive, but it really does make my makeup last way longer throughout the day. So it's by Guerlain and it's Lauro. I have no idea how to say it, but it has gold in the primer, which is actually surprisingly really good for your skin. They say that gold has kind of like a healing property to it, so if you have any kind of redness or breakouts, you know, this is gonna be a really good primer for you. So I think online it says to actually apply it in like an upward motion because it's technically a lifting primer. So if you're somebody with more mature skin, then you would probably really like this primer. Okay, so I usually let that dry for just a second because it kind of goes on almost like wet feeling, and it has like a cooling consistency because it's gel based. And then I'll go in with a blurring primer. So what this does is this actually fills in, you know, the small pores of your face. So if you have uneven texture or large pores, then you're gonna love this. This is by Milk Makeup. This is their blurring stick. Now I'm at the point of the primer where it's a little bit, it's starting to dry. So I kind of wipe a little bit off on my hand, and then I'll go in directly in the areas where I need it. So like the chin area, my cheeks, sometimes even in right here, my smile lines, and then right here in the middle of my forehead with my lovely forehead wrinkles. All right, so my skin is all prepped and ready to go. So some days I actually will start with my eyes first and do my whole eye look and then go in and do the rest of my face. But today I'm just gonna stick with doing my whole face first. So I'm gonna go in with foundation. So right now, as you can tell, I'm a little bit pasty. I really have not been getting outside very much this summer. I really should make an effort to go get a tan. So I'm kind of in between shades right now. So if you've seen my luxury accessory video, then you will know that this is like my ride or die foundation. I've been using this, I think, for just about a year now, and I am just obsessed with it. I haven't found anything better than it. It's full coverage, but it's not like crazy matte. Like, to me, it's a little bit more of like a natural finish. So love this so much. It's all hours foundation, 24 hours of wear. I've never worn it for 24 hours, so I don't know if it lasts that long, but anyway, so I'm between two shades right now. BD45 is my tan shade, and then BD30 is my pale shade. So today I'm going to kind of mix the two together to get my perfect shade. So what I'll do is I'll actually just pump one, one pump of each on the back of my hand, and then I just kind of mix it together. And then my usual way of applying foundation is with a beauty blender, but there are times where I will use like a kabuki brush as well. So I have a mirror right underneath me, so if I'm looking down, then that is why. I always take my foundation down on my neck. That sounded funny. Just because I don't want to have that line of demarcation, and you know, sometimes I don't get the color absolutely perfect, so I always just kind of bring it down on my neck just in case. All right, so we're gonna go into an iconic concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like everybody and their mother uses this concealer. I'm not somebody that likes to like highlight like crazy, just because my foundation is really full coverage, so I feel like I don't need to use a lot of concealer. So I will just put it under my eyes, and I'll take it up on my eyelid because I tend to have kind of veiny eyelids. I'm sorry if I'm making a bunch of really funny faces. And then, like I said, I have just a little bit of texture going on, so I'm just going to kind of cover up just those little teeny tiny breakouts. But I used to have actually pretty bad acne. I can share that story with you at some point, but I ended up becoming vegetarian, and that's kind of is what started to heal my acne, and cutting out dairy, although I've been really bad about having dairy recently. So then I like to set it with my favorite powder, which is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is called their Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. So I'll just take my brush, dab it, and tap off the excess, and then look up, and then just kind of place it directly under my eyes. I see girls on YouTube go crazy with this, but like, I don't want to have like a cake face or a powder face, so you know, just don't go crazy with it. Although this is a very beautiful powder, like I feel like it has one of the least powdery finishes as a lot of other ones do. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with bronzer, and this one is huge. It's by Marc Jacobs, and I have several different bronzers, but I don't know why, like this is just the one that I go back to on an everyday basis. Oh, I forgot a brush, hold on. So this is how huge it is. So I also kind of change up my brushes depending on the kind of look of bronzer that I want. If I want it to be more of like an all over warmth, then I'll use a brush that's more rounded like this. If I need it to be more, you know, contoured, then I will use more of like an angled brush. I don't have one in front of me, but anyway. So I think the key with bronzer is to keep moving, because, you know, it's just gonna give you more of a blended look. And I always kind of suck in a little bit when I do this, like like that, just to kind of see my contours of my face. Alright, so next we're going to go in with blush. I'm going to be mixing two different shades. The first one is by MAC, and this is Melba. And then I'm just going to top it off with a blush by MAC called Margin, which has a little bit of shimmer in it. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to go in with highlighter. I have, this is by Dior. It's called the Dior Skin Nude Air, and this is in color 001. Now this one, honestly, in the world of highlighters, this one is actually pretty mild in comparison to some of the ones that I see nowadays. So I don't know. It just depends on my mood, but honestly, this is the one I've been gravitating toward on an everyday basis, just because it gives you some bling without being absolutely obnoxious. Just in case you were curious about the brushes I just used, this was a Morphe M501. I applied my blush with a Sephora brush, and then I applied my powder. Okay, sorry, this one's a little worn out, but this is a Sigma tapered highlighter brush. This is what I use to set my powder on my face. And then lastly, gosh, all of these are so worn out, but this is a Sigma brush, and I think it's F10. I will try to link all of the products and all of the brushes in the description box. Alright, so I usually will do my eyes before my eyebrows, but I thought I'm just going to go ahead and start with my eyebrows for today. I'm using an Anastasia Brow Definer, and obviously what I do first is just kind of brush my eyebrows upwards. And then let's begin. I'm going to pick up my mirror, so hopefully, you know, you can still see me. So I'm probably going to fast forward some of this, but I just wanted to tell you my technique. So what I do is I usually will just kind of come under the brow first and just define it. And then I will also kind of do that on the top as well, just to kind of create my shape. And then I will kind of take my time filling it in and just kind of giving little hair-like strokes throughout my brow. Alright, so I'm so sorry if you hear a shower going in the background. My husband is showering. He just got back from working out, so anyway, that's real life. So for my eyeshadow, I am going to be going in with a very dirty Morphe palette. I love colors like this that are just very warm and brown and rich. So what I will usually do is kind of go in with a shade like this, kind of like a soft brown shade. And I'm using a Morphe brush. This is a Morphe 433 brush. And I will just, I actually usually start with a different brush. I'll show you that in a second. But I just kind of go in the crease of my eye like so. Sorry, I have to look down for this. It's too hard to look in the camera at the same time. So the brush that I'll actually typically start with is a Sigma E40. So just like a large blending brush. So I'm going to go back over in that same exact color. And what this does is this actually just kind of blows out the eyeshadow. Whereas the other brush is more tapered, so you get more of a concentrated color. This one is just going to kind of blow it out, make it more soft and subtle. Alright, so I'm going to go back in with this more tapered brush, and I'm going to go into just a shade darker, which would be something like this or this. So I'm going to go in with this one. Again, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm not a professional makeup YouTuber. I am just wanting to share with you guys what I really do. I think the biggest thing that I learned, maybe not the biggest thing, but one thing that I really have figured out with makeup, and especially eyeshadow, is layering. Go over and over and over and over again with just kind of like, almost like the same color range, but just a little darker, a little darker. And that's what's going to give you more of just like a blended and more blown out eyeshadow look. I'm actually going to take some of this, sorry, again, I'm new at this, some of this kind of dark brown color, and I'm going to just concentrate this at the lower kind of outer corner of my eye. So you can see I'm just kind of like patting it first and then kind of small circular motions. Now if you have a more rounded eye shape, you can really kind of blow this out in this area, but I obviously have smaller eyes, and it's better for my eye shape to kind of concentrate this more in like a triangle shape as opposed to like this big round shape. Yeah. Now we're going to go in with a light highlighted shade. So I'm going to kind of mix these two. This one's a matte color, this one is a shimmered color, and then I'm just going to focus this right up here by the eyebrow. Right in here. Okay, so then I like to go right in here in this inner corner of my eye, like this. I'm going to go in with a different eyeshadow palette. This is one that's disgusting, first of all, but I made this palette myself using Makeup Geek Eyeshadows. It's a website that you can basically customize, you know, choose the shades that you want and kind of put them into your own little palette, which is really cool. But I'm going to go in with a really metallic shade. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And now this one, you really do have to tap off the excess. And then I'm going to press and pack. So this one, you have to be careful because it will give you a lot of fallout. So you'll see I am pressing, 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 and then kind of like shaping like this. All right, the moment of truth, we got eyeliner. That's always really fun to do on camera. But this is the Stila All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It has a felt tip. This is actually their newer version. So the other one used to have a more thicker felt tip, which is fine if you have a normal shape eye, but if you have a little bit of a smaller eye shape like mine, something with a smaller felt tip like this might be better for you. So this one is called Micro Tip. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this on camera because I need both hands, but let me just tell you and walk you through what I do. So the first thing that I will do is I start at the outer corner of my eye and I just give it like this tiny little flick, and then I will go back down this way and connect the dots, and then go back and connect the dots. So I'm gonna start to do it and then I'll try to film a little bit of it, but again, like I said, I'm not a makeup YouTuber, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. Okay, so what I did so far is just kind of create little flicks, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and connect them. All right, so eyeliner is done, let's go on to mascara. Okay, so because I know that I'm gonna be wearing false lashes later, I'm gonna be doing a very light coat of mascara. So I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, and all I'm gonna do is literally just kind of give it a little coat of mascara, and this is just to make my lashes black so that they blend in with the false lashes a little bit better. Now, if I wasn't wearing false lashes, I would go in with a lash primer, I would curl my lashes, but because I'm gonna have lashes, you know, plopped on there, I really don't care about going through all that extra effort. So I'm gonna save false lashes for last, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips. So my favorite lip liner of all time is this sad Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. I definitely need to go purchase another one, but it's just the perfect pinky nude color. So, all right, so another, you know, huge favorite of mine in the lipstick department is Pillow Talk Lipstick by Charlotte Tilbury, which looks like this. It's just another really great nude color. So I'm just gonna go over the lipstick with it. Lip liner, sorry. So right here, I will kind of round it out. This is an oldie but a goodie, almost out. This is the Dior Lip Maximizer Collagen Activate. I don't know, it's in the color 006. So this is a plumping lip gloss. All right, it's hot, so took off the sweater, but all right, let's finish this up. I am gonna go in with the Sephora Collection lashes. I honestly don't buy these very often, but I do like them. If you want something even cheaper, which these are not that bad in price, I think they're about 10 bucks. But I love Ardell Demi Wispies, and I think they're like $3.50, $4 at Target or your local drugstore. So what I do is I have to cut these because my eye shape is a little bit smaller. Like I've said that 3 times during this video. But I have to cut the length of them. So what I do is I peel them out of the packaging. I usually start from the outer corner and just kind of peel it like this. And then I'm pretty good, like I know how much I need to cut off because I do this enough, but what I would do if you were doing this for the first time is first place it on your eye, make sure it would fit, then cut off the amount that you think. I will go ahead and just double check to make sure. And yes, it's gonna fit just fine. So I'm gonna go in, this is Esquito Lash Glue. I'm just struggling to talk today. But it has this nice little glue wand, which is so nice. You don't have to squeeze it out of a tube. So I will just kind of coat the lash like this. It is so hot, you guys. So yeah, it's just coated like this, and then I'm gonna sit here and wait a few minutes, not minutes, but about 30 seconds to allow it to start to dry and get a little bit tacky. Okay, so lashes are a little bit difficult to do on camera, but I'm gonna do my best. So I think the key with lashes is actually looking down in a mirror like this. So I just place them in the center, and then I do one side, and then the other. So I'm gonna let that sit for 1 second, and then I'm gonna kind of wiggle them and press them just to make sure that they're sitting on there good. Okay, so onto the other side, same thing. I peel it off. I cut off some of the length. Always cut from the outer corner of the lash unless there's like a piece sticking out. Like there's this tiny little piece that I cut off at the front, but I usually recommend cutting off the ends. So make sure that's gonna fit, and it will. Obviously, one of the main issues that I have when I go to put on a lash is sometimes I'll get a little bit of lash glue on the tweezer itself, so that when I'm placing it, the glue on the tweezer kind of sticks to the lash. So that's the only problem that I'll sometimes have. So just make sure that you kind of clean your tweezers beforehand, just so you know you're not like placing it and then it's being ripped off by the glue in the tweezers. Okay, so if this was my everyday look, so subtract the lashes, what I would do would be just coat the bottom lashes with mascara and call it good. But because I'm shooting blog pictures today, I will just add a little bit of shadow right under my eye, just to give my eye a little bit of extra dimension. And so, you know, when we take photos, you know, my eyes will be a little bit more striking. Just like a brown eyeshadow, you can use any brown eyeshadow that you have. So, and then I take it on like a little pencil brush like this, and I start at the outer corner, and I just kind of wiggle it. Be gentle, because this, you know, part of your eye is very delicate. Okay, and now I am gonna go in with that mascara and do my bottom lashes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching how I get this everyday makeup look slash blog picture look. And if you want to know any of the products that I mentioned throughout the video, then definitely check my description box. I will have all of the products listed, or at least as many as I can find. And if you have any other video recommendations, then definitely leave me a comment and let me know what you want to see. But once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel so that you know when I'm going to be coming out with a bunch of new videos. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.